What's up, world? I am TJ, and this is Nativerezmedia, your place for opinionated tech news, reviews, and entertainment. And today we'll be looking at the Soundcore Life Q35 ANC headphones. These are the big brother, or the slightly step up from the Soundcore Life Q30's that I reviewed in the past. These have now been upgraded with a slightly more premium material, and they got LDAC as the codec on there, but we'll get into that a little bit later. First, we're going to dive right into this box, and then I'm going to tell you about those tech specs, and then I'll go over the ergonomics, and then we'll get into how these sound to me. First, opening up this box here, you are greeted with the Soundcore logo, and you have this nice micro suede material here. I don't think it's real suede, so I'm not gonna call it that. It could be Alcantara, but I'm sure they would have plopped that on a box somewhere, maybe. I don't know. But then down in there, you got your how do we sound literature and manual and things like that. So we're gonna slide that to the side. Before I get into this case, let me go over the box a little bit. You can take a look at it. It's nice, it's thick. Versus the other box here. Boom, boom, boom. This is the one from the Life Q30. You can see the difference in thickness. This is just like a little poster board box here, and this was more like that library book, encyclopedia material there. So it's a little bit different, a little bigger. And then you got your, of course, branding, your high-res audio wireless. That's what's different on this box than the other one. The other one had just high-res audio, but it didn't have the wireless stamp in there. Got your LDAC, Sony proprietary sound codec. We'll get into that a little bit later. Active noise cancellation, 40 hours playtime on here. These will get up to 60 hours playtime if you don't use ANC. And smart wearing detection, stuff like that. But I'll get into a little bit more of that when we go over some of the specs here in a second. Bam, bam. And then opening up the package here, you are greeted with the headphones themselves. I'm going to take these out and set them to the side. Then you have your little foamy snake. That was kind of what was in the Life Tunes package. Then you have your airplane adapter. I think Soundcore kind of projected after COVID is going to be lifted here, people are going to be flying a little bit more, doing a little bit more traveling. So they put a nice little adapter in there for us. Thanks, Soundcore. All right, and then we're going to look at the cable here. This cable does have an inline mic on it. The Q30's didn't have that. The sound coming straight out the headphones with the cable plugged in, no power on the headphones. I'm not going to say it's garbage. It'll get you through if you need some music, but it's nothing magnificent. So in order to take advantage of the high res and the good sound, you got to have them powered on and then transmit through the cable. There is a difference there. But this inline mic and control here has a multifunction button. So if you press this button once, it'll play pause. If you press it twice, it'll skip to the next track. Press it 3 times, it'll skip back. Press and hold it. Your Android assistant or Apple assistant will pop up there. And then lastly, inside of this package here, you should be greeted with, yay, there you go. You got your USB-C cable, charging cable that's in there. These update wirelessly, like over the air through the app from your phone. So that is pretty cool there. Hey, thanks Google laptop for telling me that I got an update or something. All right, and then inside this package, you got how to put the headphones in there. I think they did it in 2 places here. So you got it on the tag here, and then you got it on the inside. It's kind of etched inside of there. So that is that. I'm going to set this to the side, pull up these headphones, and we'll go over the specs here. Let me get started with that. So let me flip this over. But you have your, of course, high-res audio wireless certification. That is that the LDAC and all that whatnot that they put into the smart wearing detection. That is an upgrade from the Q30's. The wearing detector meter thing, I believe, is in the right ear cup down at the bottom. I'm not sure if that is what it is, but I believe it's what it is. That wearing detection, it's hit or miss. If you're outside in the sunlight or in direct light, or sometimes if the ear cups move around a little bit, it might cut off on you. I tend to I've been trying it out over the past week because I've had these for about a week, and I'm leaning more towards just turning it off, because sometimes the headphones, if they move, or like I said, if I'm out in the sunlight, it'll cut off and on sometimes, and there might be syncing issues. It's a good feature to have. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it sucks. 40 hours on the playtime. It is 40 hours. That is with active noise cancellation on. These will get up to 60 hours with that turned off. You got your 2 calls. You got your sound quality of the audio coming out the mics. These are supposed to have improved sound quality. The Q30's, after they did a few updates, the sound quality did improve on theirs, on those. And with these, I will do a audio test. This is the audio coming from the Soundcore Life Q35 headphones. I don't have active noise cancellation on. This is with vehicles passing by, wind blowing. I'm walking through a little trail around my house. Airplane flying overhead. I don't know how it sounds. This is the audio coming from the Soundcore Life Q35s with active noise cancellation turned on. I don't know if it changes up the audio. I can kind of hear the wind noise from the outside, but not disturbing me too much. This is the audio coming from the Soundcore Life Q35's inline microphone. No power on the headset. How does it sound? Okay, and I'm back, and these have a 5-minute quick charge feature on them. So if you charge these via that USB-C with, I'm sure, some kind of wall wart charger that has a little bit of power, maybe 5-volt 2 amp, I believe, these will get up to 4 hours of playing time. They also have the NFC fast pairing. What this means for these and the Q30s, if you have a phone that is NFC compatible, if you know where your chip is, you put it up to the right ear cup, you hold it there. These will, if they are powered off, they will turn on and pair to your phone. If you've already had them paired up before, that's just a simple way to turn them on without having to hold that button. You just plop it on there, it'll make a little noise, and they will turn on and automatically pair. And so that's a good feature. And if you are pairing them for the first time, you turn these on, put it up there, and it'll also prompt you to connect them and go through the whole spiel of Bluetooth connectivity. So keep that in mind. Then they have the touch for transparency. Transparency on these, touch and hold that right ear cup for a couple seconds. I think it's 2-3 seconds there. And then the transparency mode will turn on. There's really no difference from these in the Q30s under that transparency. They didn't turn it up. They still don't have a feature in the app in order to turn up the transparency mode or turn it down. Keep that in mind, Soundcore. You should have that on the Q40s. And so we're going to dive right into the ergonomics of these. Soundcore stepped the game up with these. Obviously, they stepped the price up a little bit too, so they should have. These have a soft touch kind of rubbery material on them, kind of like the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros. If you have that case, you'll know what I'm talking about. The coloring of these I actually like. It's a blue green. I don't know what color it is, but it's a nice color. Doesn't go with anything that I have in my closet, but they still stand out. I prefer these over the black and gold. I'm not much of a gold person, so I like the little gunmetal / silver emblem on these over the gold that's on the other ones, on the Life Q30s. But the ear cups themselves, the material, I think they added a little bit more padding to them, and they did a little bit better stitching as far as the ear cups, so that is nice. The headband padding, it seems like it's almost the same, not that much better. Hopefully they changed the type of plastic material that they did on these ear cups a little bit. I don't know if you know, my Life Q30s, it started to crack because I don't know if whenever you're putting them on your head, you got to stretch them, and this is right up against there. This plastic piece that is in between, it's on the slider here. It started to crack, and then Soundcore had to replace them, so I had to use my warranty, and they held up their end of the bargain. You can check that video out. It's in my videos. Then we're going to go over the button placement. Everything is exactly the same. On the left ear cup, you have your charging port. Then you have your power on off. Press and hold it. It'll turn on. Press and hold it. It'll turn off. And you got your noise cancellation. That'll switch between your noise cancellation, normal mode, and passive, as well as holding this right ear cup over here. And then moving over to the right, you have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack at the bottom, your play pause, and then your volume down, volume up, and also these volume up and volume down also serve as skip track and go back a track or whatever, previous track. And then you got your play button that also serves as, I think if you press and hold that, that's kind of the multi-function where Siri might come up or Google Now. The way these feel, these feel like they have a slight bit more pressure than the Life Q30's when they're on my head, and I like that. The Life Q30's were a little bit more loose than these. I don't know if it's because these have a little bit more padding, or the way the case is made to keep the headband more compressed, but they fit pretty good, and I'm gonna probably talk loud because these do seal pretty good as well. When these are on your head, they are comfortable. Sound leakage is not that excessive. It's comparable with a lot of other over-the-ear headphones. I don't really worry about it too much anyways. If I'm listening to these, I am outside or I'm in the gym where they have music playing all around me anyway, so no one's kind of gonna hear me. But if you were on an airplane, I'm sure they probably wouldn't hear them anyway over the drone of the airplane engines going off. So you should be good to go no matter where you're at, unless you're in a library. So keep that in mind. All right now I am going to dive into how these sound. The sound of these versus the Life Q30's here that I had in my lap. Oh, I'm a magician. But yeah, the sound of these is a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just be straight up with you right out the gate. I actually prefer the sound of the Q30's over the Q35's. That's just me. It is my opinion. Don't at me. But even though these don't have LDAC and these do, I don't know if they changed up the speakers in these, or I don't know if they changed up some kind of sound algorithm or whatever. The Q30's to me sound just a little bit more crisp or clear. If that's not the right word, less muddy. Let's put it that way, because these have a little bit more bass. I'm talking a few more notches up of bass. And so when you go into EQ these to take out some of that bass, you can still hear it. It's still more present. Those low and low mids and things are a little bit more present and a little bit causing a little bit more muddiness. And who was it? El Jefe, I looked at his review and I agree with everything he said about the sound of the Q35's versus the Q30's. The bass, for some people who prefer it, it's going to be better. So if you listen to the Q30's like, oh, I need more bass, go with the Q35's. Pay that extra $40-50 for that extra bass. You still get the wearing detection. You still get the LDAC codec, which that is a whole nother thing that I'm going to get into. LDAC, to me, again, for most people, I'm thinking 95% of you out there will not even utilize LDAC. SBC, AAC are just fine, because most programs that we are using, Spotify, things like that are transmitting this music, YouTube music, it's going to be in that SBC range of bit rate anyway, that 320 or whatever it is. It's not going to transmit up to that 900 something bit rate that these have. So you're not going to utilize it. So unless you have Tidal or some other music program where you are really wanting to get everything out of your music, the Q30's are just fine for $65. You can pay that extra double the price and get two of these, or you can go up to the more, I guess, premium feel and look to these. But the sound difference is going to be negligible as far as the increase of sound, the better quality. It is going to be a preference thing if you want more bass or not. That's going to be the main differences there, because and a lot of people don't like to tune their music. A lot of people don't like to go into the EQ and tweak things. So right out the box, these are going to be a hell of a lot more muddy than these will be if you don't like to tweak it and EQ it. I always prefer you do that anyways. Just go in there, pick through those 20 or 30 whatever preset EQ settings that they have in there, and take advantage of that, because you will get a lot better sound whenever you start EQing these versus that Soundcore signature EQ that they have out the box. That, I don't know, that is definitely not a sound that I prefer. So if you listen to that and be like, oh, this is good, then keep that in mind. Everybody has different views on what they prefer as far as music. But yeah, going into the app on these, whenever you're going to turn off, toggle off, or toggle on the wearing detection, I believe the wording or whatever in there, it was for the Liberty Air 2 Pros. I don't know if that was a mistake. They probably just utilized whatever code they had on file and was like, oh, we'll just Control C this on over there. But that might need to be updated a little bit. But Soundcore is pretty good about pushing over-the-air updates for their headphones that have that ability. Overall, my opinion of the Q35s, these are a good set of headphones. If you own the Q30s, don't update based on me. I'm going to tell you, if you own them, they work good. You don't need to update or upgrade, because the Q30s, again, to me, they sound better overall. They still have those nice lows, those mids. The ANC on the Q30s is the same. You're going to still cut off those lows, those mid tones and things like that, and a little bit of highs from people that are around you. There's no improvement on on the ANC. You're not getting anything that much better coming from this. You do get the LDAC. My LDAC in these, every once in a while, it does have that like skipping. This is, I don't know what causes it. You know, if I'm listening to these in the gym, I can be right by my phone and it'll still, it's not annoying to me or anything like that, but it has like where the song will kind of skip, and it does it maybe once every 10, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. I don't know what it is. Again, something that can be fixed in an update. But yeah, for $129, I'd save my money if you have the Q30s. If you don't have any at all and you like this look, you want this feel, you want that wearing detection, you're just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go grab some. And you like bass, get the Q35s over the Q30s. But if you are somebody who just wants a good sounding headphone that is inexpensive, that has app support, EQing, things like that, get the Q30s. If Soundcore just took those Q30s, put better ear pads on them, or not better ear pads, but a little bit more cushion in the ear pads, which is not bad, but if they put more cushion in the ear pads and do wear detection on it or something like that, I think that would have been, you know, the Q35s. Did I say Q30s at first? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. If they would have just upgraded these a little bit and then changed the sound signature, even without LDAC, that would have been worth a 10 or 15 buck increase in price just for that. But that is going to conclude my review. If anything else comes up, I will definitely drop a quick little update or something like that on the Q35s versus the Q30s. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I will get back at you as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching this video. Peace out. And oh yeah, stay safe.